Thanks for coming down and hanging out in the basement with me today. Well, I've got hopefully a pretty short one. We're going to talk about this guy, which is the operating track. They've also been called other things depending on when they're made, like universal control track and stuff like that. Basically what it is it's a track with an extra set of rails, and in this case it's got an electromagnet in the middle, but we're mainly concerned about the other rails. The electromagnet, that's pretty straightforward for uncoupling more modern cars, but we're going to go into a little bit of detail on what these extra rails are used for and some of the things they're used for, and I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know about this stuff, but I think you'll find it pretty cool. Alright, so what we got here is a slightly older style, tubular style of control track, operating track, whatever you want to call it. It's got the electromagnet that you can clearly see here, and it's got the two extra set of rails. It's like, well, what the heck do you use that for? Well, before command control, one of the uses would be an operated milk car, because we've got these extra shoes on here that are used to actuate the mechanism inside, which we will see in a moment. Another thing that it was used for, when knuckle couplers were first brought out post-war, knuckle couplers were huge. Then they came out with a way to automatically uncouple them, and what they use is a small electromagnet inside each truck. And there's a little sliding shoe, and when you ran it over a section like this, you could uncouple it. Really cool, kind of rather high-tech remote uncoupling. That was pretty much unheard of, especially by, remote control here. This one is the FasTrack version, and we got a whole mess of wires here, but it's also possible, I haven't looked at the diagram, but this is powered by track power. It's got an electromagnet right here, so when you turn the voltage up, or got it maxed out, the electromagnet will uncouple cars and these rails can activate. Got a simple controller here. One says uncouple, one says unload. Here's a couple interesting things about the FasTrack version. When you're operating with a loading platform, the sides pull off. That's really cool. Also, they want you to have it at 10 to 12 volts. Tells you how the connections go, but here's something really important. Connecting the track section to accessory power supply. It says if you're running command control environment, they want you to separate the power supply. This should not operate on track voltage. So they want you to modify it and hook up your accessory power supply to it so you don't burn out the coil or burn out the coil in whatever car you're using. Really good idea. So pretty cool stuff they did for that. I like it. Another thing these can be used for with the little center rails and stuff for certain, unloading cars. So like log loaders and stuff, certain versions. Of course, the electromagnet can do that as well for certain other cars. But FasTrack version, tubular version. Let's pull up one more thing that uses it, which I thought is pretty darn cool. Not very realistic how I got it laid out, but it's like, Jeremy, this is a 44 Army switcher. What the heck are you supposed to do with that? Okay, we're going to put her in neutral here. We'll put her about, 13 volts. Look what happens when I hit the unload button. Boom! One more. Bow! Now, another cool thing about this is you can, because this has a sliding shoe on the back, you can do this while the car is moving past it. Alright, so since that is using the unload button, we can hold it down and not damage this magnet. That's another thing. These magnets, you can't have them on for like more than 10 seconds, so overheat. This one's actually overheated. I bought this one used. So she's going to go flying by. We'll go about 12 volts here. Boom! Hope you guys saw that. We'll do one more. That's all we got left. One missile left, sir. Fire at will! Boom! I thought that was pretty darn awesome. Get this back over here. Yeah, so like 12 volts on here. Move her back a little farther. Huh, the uncouple button actually works too. It's not needed, but... So it's just operating this lever on the back here that you would manually that you'd use to manually launch these. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. Turn the power down here. We're going to look at the milk car next, which is kind of what I think a lot of people think these are used for. Coupler's a little how you doing there? Alright. Sometimes this guy's a little difficult to get on here. Yep. There we go. Hard to see those wheels. Okay, we're in neutral now. Alright. So, let's put the milk car on. Of course, I'm missing the guy and everything else that goes with it, but put her up to about 12 volts. So I'd be checking out the milk cans. So this one doesn't, this one, interestingly, operated off the uncouple. This one only works off the unload. Must be the way it was operated. Must be just the way it's wired. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. Not too much to these things, but they are pretty handy if you know what kind of cars use it. And like I said, if you ever look at the bottom of some of these early post-war cars with a little sliding shoe, that's the kind of track it was meant to use. And I don't know if I talked about it, but why did I want one of these? Well, I've got an accessory that's probably going to be coming out in the next video that relies on this style track. I think you guys will like it. Thank you very much for watching. If you got any questions, let me know. And hope you check out the rest of the catalog. There's a lot of cool videos out there, including a video on the number 44 U.S. Army mobile missile launcher. Really a cool vehicle, and man, this thing runs good. Thanks for watching.